Now, the Lego Movie is the surprise hit of the year. It's taken around $400 million at the box office so far, with a sequel already in the works. Most of the film was made in Australia by the award-winning visual effects company behind Happy Feet.
Giles Hardie caught up with Chris Mckay, who co-directed the film.
Please tell me what is happening.
I'm rescuing you, sir. You're the one the prophecy spoke of. You're the special.
Me?
You found the piece of resistance, and the prophecy states that you're the most important, most talented, most interesting, and most extraordinary person in the universe. That's you, right?
Yes. That's me.
Chris, you're listed as a variety of roles on the film, from co-director through to barista. Explain your role to us. What did you do on the Lego Movie?
Chris Miller and Phil Lord are the directors of the movie, and they hired me on to co-direct the movie with them. They're a directing team, and they were doing 21 Jump Street and ultimately 22 Jump Street. And they needed somebody who could be on the ground, and my experience with Robot Chicken was to be a director, a producer, an editor. I'm a fairly hands-on person, and so they needed somebody who could kind of work within the tone and the tenor of the film that they were building. We wanted to make a movie that felt like stop motion.
Wear clothes. Oop, almost forgot that one.
This movie was made top to bottom in Australia. You know, from the very early stages of storytelling, we were here in Australia with Australian artists and artists around the world who are based here in Sydney. And we did the animation here, the lighting here, the layout here, the modeling and surfacing and da-da-da-da-da, the sound, the music. The music is played by Australian musicians. So this movie, you know, to me, couldn't be more of an Australian movie.
Did you actually Lego test the entire film? I mean, is there a Lego model for each of these scenes? Can we build the entire film?
I'm hoping that somebody, you know, somebody who's got an infinite supply of Lego or a team of people ends up trying to imitate this film. But honestly, we did a little bit of, we did a few stop motion tests and that sort of thing preliminarily, but a lot of it was trying to figure out how to do it in a computer. And there's a few things that we did that ended up in the movie in stop motion, but it's very, very little. I'm hoping that in the sequel, they'll have a lot more, like, you know, hybridization between the stop motion and CG.
You also played the barista, which is a fun little role. Was that always the plan, or did someone not turn up on the day?
No, I absolutely was trying to convince people not to cast me in this movie because I'm a terrible actor and B, cringe in my own voice.
Drink overpriced coffee.
There you go. That's $37.
Awesome.
Chris and Phil are genius writers. They're really, really funny guys, incredibly funny, talented guys. But I think what their biggest talent, besides being funny, is their generosity. They really open up the entire movie to everybody to contribute. So there'd be jokes coming from Grant in the art department. There'd be jokes coming from the assistant editors and things like that. People trying out different things in response to something from the script. The actors getting together when we were recording them. We would get, you know, Elizabeth Banks, Chris Pratt and Will Arnett in a room together and record them, and they would riff off each other, and then we'd bring that back into the editing suite, and we'd start editing it, mixing it into the scenes that are kind of half animated, boards that are being drawn, putting that stuff together, and then kind of coming up with a new joke that came out of that. So it was incredibly organic, incredibly improvisational.
Where are the master builders? How did you find the piece of resistance? Where are the others hiding?
Master builder.
Oh, so you've never heard of the prophecy?
No,
or the special?
No,
You're a liar. We'll kill you.
Possibly the person who's having the most fun, it seems, was Liam Neeson. That is, weirdly, I think it is the broadest role I think I've seen Liam Neeson do.
Isn't there supposed to be a good cop?
Oh, yes, but we're not done yet.
Hi, buddy. I'm your friendly neighborhood police officer. Would you like a glass of water?
Yeah, actually. That's
Too bad.
It's incredible, and we did that again because that wasn't just the first record. That wasn't just a one-off. We came back a few more times because lines would change and stuff like that, and he just had more and more fun with it each time.
Chris, you're directing the sequel. This film, you've played in nearly every film genre and every classic film saga that already exists.
Yeah, I think, you know, it's a big blender, that's for sure, of all of these genres and all these films and influences and stuff like that. But there's for the sequel, there are still areas that we have not tapped in other movies and that sort of thing. Stay tuned. There's going to be a lot more coming.
If you're making it in Australia, could we see a possible Down Under Lego environment?
I wouldn't be surprised if Mad Max showed up in the next movie of Crocodile Dundee. There's a really great Lego character called Johnny Thunder, who is the basically like a Lego Indiana Jones type character, and he's an Australian explorer. I wouldn't be surprised if there were some roles for some Australian actors coming up in the next film.
Oh, you could get some of the most surreal audition videos coming your way.
I can't wait. Yeah. Bring it on.
Good morning, city!
The Lego movie is released across the country on the 3rd of April.
Yeah, as much as I don't want to go to that movie, I know I will.
You will, absolutely.
Because the kids will want to.